Hello learners. Today we are going to discuss another important topic in the working capital management of current assets. So management of current assets. So today in this class we will be discussing about current as management of current assets like cash management, receivables management and inventory. Efficient management of current assets is critical for the smooth functioning of a business and for maintaining short-term solvency. Current assets typically include cash and cash equivalents, accounts receivable, inventory, and marketable securities. Among these, the three most important components from the perspective of working capital management are cash, accounts receivable, and inventory. These assets are dynamic and constantly circulating in a business because mismanagement can result in liquidity crunches. Sometimes we may lose the sales. Sometimes unnecessarily we will be holding the cards. So, optimal balance is essential to ensure operational efficiency and financial health. So, let us discuss one by one in detail. Cash management. Cash refers to the money available on hand and in the bank, which is readily available for use in business operations. Efficient cash management ensures that the firm has sufficient liquidity to meet obligations while avoiding the idle cash that can be invested somewhere else. The important objectives of the cash management are maintaining the adequate cash to meet day-to-day expenses and ensure liquidity to avoid insolvency, minimize the idle cash to maximize the return, manage the cash conversion cycle effectively. And we have certain techniques to manage the cash. The first and foremost, cash budgeting, where forecasting the cash inflows and outflows to anticipate any surpluses or deficits. Speedy collection, where we can reduce the collection period by using this technique. Efficient disbursements, while making timely payments to the suppliers, where we can maximize the use of credit terms. And idle cash, if any idle cash left, temporarily we can invest the excess cash in the short term marketable securities. Now we will look at into the certain key aspects, like what the motive for holding the cash. The four important motives for holding the cash. One is the transaction motive. Basically we use to meet routine expenses. So for that purpose we hold the cash. Precautionary motive means if any unexpected emergencies are there, then with this motive we hold the cash. Speculative motive. In this motive, we take advantage of investment opportunities because there will be a fluctuation of the price and we will be taking the advantage of that price fluctuation. Compensating motive. If you observe, why compensating motive? If we have to maintain minimum balances with the banks or for any other services, then we will be holding some cash with the motive which is called compensating motive. Now we will discuss another important management of the current asset, that is the receivables management. Receivables represents amounts owed to the business by customers who have purchased goods or services on credit. Efficient recyclables, efficient receivables management involves balancing the benefits of increased sales against the cost. So what are the various objectives? The objectives of the receivables management: to increase the sales by offering the credit facilities, maintaining an optimal level of receivables, reducing the collection period and bad debts, improving the cash flow and liquidity. There are certain key aspects of the receivables management where we need to understand. Credit policy is the foremost key aspect that we need to understand. Because in the credit policy, we set terms and conditions for extending the credit, including the credit period and discounts. When it comes to the credit analysis, we have to assess the credit worthiness of the customers using financial data, credit ratings, and credit history. Credit terms. What are the terms like? Determining the duration, credit duration, or credit discounts, and we have to establish processes for follow-ups, reminders, and legal recovery of overdue payments from the accounts, which we will be discussing in the collection policy. Turnover ratio, which measures the efficiency of the collections. Another important aspect, okay, the slide is showing inventory. Okay. Inventory management, the slide is also showing those aspects. So inventory management, inventory which includes raw materials, work in progress, and finished goods that are held to support production and sales. Efficient inventory management, which ensures that there is enough inventory to meet customer demand while minimizing the holding costs. Even when it comes to the objectives also, we have to ensure that for a smooth production without delays, proper management of inventory is required. Avoiding the stockouts or excess inventory, and also we have to minimize carrying and ordering costs. Ultimately, optimize the inventory turnover. One of the popular technique that we use in the inventory management is the economic order quantity, which determines the optimal order size that minimizes the ordering and holding cost. Reorder level. Reorder level. Inventory level at which a new order should be placed. Another important ABC analysis. Here we classify the inventory with a high value, medium value, low values, and we prioritize to control the inventory. Just in time, one of the popular technique used to minimize the inventory by ordering only when and need is required. So that by using this just-in-time method, we can reduce the storage and the wastage of the inventory. And another important indicator, inventory turnover ratio, which is which is calculated based on cost of goods sold by average inventory. And when it comes to the different types of inventory costs, we have ordering costs, costs which are associated with the placing orders, carrying costs which like storage, insurance, depreciation, and shortage costs like due to stock outs, and obsolescence costs like suppose if we have any expired inventory. When it comes to the inventory which is purchased, inventory is purchased using cash, sold to customers on credit, creating receivables which are eventually converted back to cash. So this circular flow of current assets, what we call is the operating cycle, or sometimes we also call it as cash conversion cycle, because here we can find the relationship between cash, receivables, and inventory, because managing all these three assets together, which ensures liquidity, profitability, and risk mitigation. So with this, I conclude, never spend money before you have it. Thank you.